Hi friends, MD Vegan. Today the first snow falling outside here in Berlin and I make ice cream. I really have a desire to have this wonderful ice cream. It's a new recipe. I make a strawberry ice cream with almond flour. Yeah? And I refine a little bit, I show you in a moment. I already made strawberry ice cream with bananas. But the new version is with this almond flour. Here just maybe half a cup or so of almonds. I just put them into the blender. It has to be dry, otherwise it would be not a flour, a meal. And this blender is very powerful. And if you put something in there from that density with liquid, that can be very tough for the blender. So I couldn't make this ice cream in the blender. I tried already. The almonds and the bananas together, that wouldn't work because it just would ruin the engine. Yeah. So I make it separate. I use this for the ice for the almond meal. You can also buy almond meal. That's very easy to get. I just blend it. I will blend it fresh. That's all it takes, and if there are some chunks of almonds in there, it doesn't really matter, it's even nice in the ice cream. So now I come to the ice cream, I come back to the almond flour in a moment. And in the ice cream I usually use my food processor fitted with the S-blade. Yeah. That's, for me, the best tool to make a blitz ice. I can eat that in 5 minutes. I wash everything, 10 minutes in total, and I got my ice cream. It's very nice. Otherwise, when you have an ice machine, it takes some time, or you can make it without an ice machine. You freeze the liquid in the freezer, and then you stir all the time. That does the ice machine usually does that with a mechanism slow to prevent the ice cream from building crystals. With the crystals in the ice, it is not creamy anymore. Yeah? And that was the ice machine does. It stirs slowly all the time to prevent the ice building crystals. So you have to do that. Oh, that is 2 cups of banana. Here, these kind of banana slices, frozen, 2 cups. And for this portion, for the big portion, and I can always put something back into the freezer if I don't want to eat it all right away, though you can eat a lot of it. It's delicious and super healthy, but you can also put it in the freezer and then you thaw it when you take it out, and maybe an hour or 2 hours before you want to eat it, you take it out of the freezer and then you enjoy. But I would enjoy it right away here. And the same amount of strawberries, also frozen. And what we know is that the nutrient content of frozen fruit and berries especially is very high. Yeah, because they freeze it directly from the field. So there's almost no loss of nutrients if you have the shock frozen fruit. That's very good. But we know there are oftentimes, to my experience, not that sweet. If you have a really ripe and sweet strawberry, other berries as well, yeah, you have this sweetness that is so wonderful on the ripening in the sun. But the frozen ones oftentimes are a little bit sour. And to enhance this natural sweetness, you just put a sweetener in there and a little bit of lemon. Yeah? That is a very nice trick to enhance the flavors. And so I have here a little bit of lemon juice, maybe 1 lemon or so, and some tablespoons of agave nectar. Yeah? If you don't want to use agave nectar, and how much you take, up to you. Yeah? You just want to enhance the natural flavor of the strawberries. There is a little sweetness from the bananas extra, but I tried that before. It's nice without any sweetener, but it's even nicer to me if you put some lemon and sweetener in there extra. Very nice, you're gonna try it. And if you don't want to use agave, you don't have it or so, you can also use that date mousse. The date mousse is very easy to make. You just blend some dates, dried dates with a little bit of water, as little water as you can to make the blender work, and you have the date mousse. Very creamy, takes some time, depending on how soft the dates are. But when you take that date mousse, it keeps for a couple of days, maybe. I wouldn't keep it more than a week. It turns sour pretty quick. You have to use it quickly. But if you have the date mousse, you have to take a double amount than agave. Agave is light, usually, and it's sweeter. It's a tougher sweetness, more sweet than the date mousse. So you will know that, and you put more date mousse than agave would you take agave, just for the measurements, for the amount. So that's all I need here. The frozen strawberries and bananas to give a creamy base, the bananas, and then the date mousse or the agave and the lemon. Oh yeah, and now to make it really nice and creamy, now I come back to the almond flour, almond meal. Yeah, this is what it looks like, and that's totally okay, you see. I scrape it out of here, and just on top of it. Yeah. So a half cup of almonds here, get a little bit more almonds. You will have it a little bit creamier, the ice cream. A little bit less creamy. So the almonds here, the almond meal, make an astonishing effect for the ice cream. Usually when we have banana ice cream, it is nice and creamy because of the bananas, they are creamy, that's their nature, especially if the bananas are ripe. Make sure when you freeze your bananas, you freeze them when they are ripe, really ripe. That is so much better than if you have the bananas not so ripe. Yeah, just for the flavor of the ice cream and for the creaminess. When the bananas are not that ripe, yeah, a little bit harder, the ice cream makes all the difference. It's not that nice. You really, for the ice cream, for the flavor, it has to be very ripe bananas. So that's why I wait until I freeze my bananas until they are ripe, almost overripe. And I peel them, they should be white inside, cut them into pieces and freeze them. So I buy some extra bananas always, put them on the shelf, and I wait until they are super ripe, and then I freeze them. So always have some frozen bananas in my freezer to make this wonderful ice cream. And there's so many varieties, endless. And with the almond now, that is a new trick. It gets even creamier, almost like from an ice machine, and so much easier. So all I have to do now is process until done. You have to watch it until it is really, everything is turned over and incorporated. If you have less, if you make a small amount of ice cream in a large container, it might be that you have some chunks of the strawberries or so, and just process a little bit longer to have all these chunks incorporated. I will taste it now. It must be wonderful, but I just want to taste it. The texture is wonderful, perfect. Oh, wonderful amount of sweetness, very nice. The sweet and sour refinement from the agave nectar and from the lemon juice is really nice. It's a really perfect strawberry flavor here. And strawberry and almonds, by the way, they fit to each other perfectly. Yeah. You have to try. It's almost like vanilla. Almond has a little bit, to me, like vanilla. and strawberry, perfect. And also banana. This is a really ideal combination. Banana, strawberry, almond, and even lemon here fits so nice to the strawberry, to the banana. So everything here in this ice cream sounds pretty perfect to me. So I take this wonderful ice ball maker to put my ice balls into the little serving bowl here, the glass. That looks so nice. And you see, when with the food processor, you can make ice cream that is really ready to eat and has a wonderful texture. It is still firm and really ice cream, and it's not runny. If you make it in a blender, it might turn into liquid, and then you don't have this wonderful ice balls. I'll show you in a moment. Here, you see? Isn't that beautiful? This is my strawberry ice cream now. I'm really looking forward to it. And of course, it's cold outside, but who can resist when it's warm inside? An ice cream, that's perfect enjoyment. And it's so easy to make. I highly recommend to try this version with the bananas, the almonds, and the strawberries, and enjoy. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy my video. If you like, then subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.